Hi, how is everybody out there? I haven't made a video in a while, but I'm making one right now, and I really want to share. I've been watching an awful lot of YouTube videos, and I don't want to just come on here and just like I want to share something when it really means something to me, and I want to offer real value. And there is so much great stuff on YouTube, but also what I feel in my heart is that you can watch and certainly read so many books. You can go to church and pray. You can do affirmations. You can study all the great teachers and mystics. And yet, sometimes something's just missing. It certainly was for me. And I wanted to share in this video how to use all the things that you're studying and learning and whatever you're a fan of, whoever you watch on YouTube or whatever books you read, how to actually make it work for your life. And there is no one perfect way, but I do know that the way to make spirituality or knowledge or wisdom actually come alive for you is to, first of all, accept your humanity. I gotta tell you, it's something for so many years. I used to be very devout Christian, and then I was a very devout meditator and I've always been devout, sincere. And so the bar has always been high. You know, Jesus, Buddha, those are pretty high bars, right? And so I think what I struggled with for so many years is not accepting my raw, ragged, real human self. I get irritated with people. I get impatient. I get frustrated. I'm very emotional. I'm a highly sensitive person. Might get my feelings hurt all the time, even though I've read the four agreements and I've read the agreement number 2 about 1,000,000 times. Don't take anything personally. I take everything personally. And I'm beginning to realize that the way to really become enlightened or to climb the ladder of self-actualization is to start with just accepting who you are with all the ugly, imperfect, unchristian, unholy, like all the shit, right? All the darkness, what Carl Jung called the shadow. And it doesn't mean that you celebrate it like, yay, I'm impatient, but just cut yourself so much more slack. I think that somehow I got the message when I went to a Bible college in the late 70s. I got the message that I had to be really, 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 really good to get into heaven. That means no sex, no drugs, no drinking, no swearing, no bad thoughts, no unkindness, no nothing, right? It's like that old song by Billy Idol, right? I think it's Billy Idol or Adam Ant. You don't drink, you don't smoke. What do you do? Goody goody two shoes. Like that's what the ideal was, right? To be so holy. They used to say the higher the hair, the closer you were to God. Well, so I think that the message, even though I'm all over the place, which, that's kind of how my brain works, the message that I want to share with you is that Buddha says the beginning of enlightenment is disillusionment. So perhaps that's a little clue, right? Like I'm disillusioned that I'm not a better human being. I'm not a better spiritual person. I'm not better. And that can be disillusioning. And yet when I accept that and I allow it and I give myself grace and compassion and forgiveness, then I can begin to grow, right? But if I'm shooting for that perfection right away and judging myself, then I feel shame and guilt and I feel shitty, right? So no matter what you're reading, if you're reading Ram Dass or Abraham Hicks, or no matter what it is, all of those things that you're studying, begin with knowing, first of all, that the Christ, the Buddha, the light is already within you. Before you even open a book, before you even read a word, you were born a divine spark of pure source energy. Call it whatever you want. One of my favorite coaches calls it the purple monkey dishwasher. because it's just a word, it's just a name. But there's only one source of energy. There's only one source of life. I come from it. You come from it. We all come from it. We're all going back to it. Black, white, gay, trans, Republican, Democrat. None of that stuff matters. None of that stuff is eternal or the real essence of our true self, which is within us, which is within our mind, which is within our heart, which is within our soul. Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, I never used to because Christians aren't supposed to, but I do now because why not? Whether you're living just this one lifetime or whether you've lived thousands of lifetimes, what is true and what is essential about you is your soul. And through this human experience, you might swear, you might make mistakes, you might be greedy or selfish, whatever your things are. That's just stuff on the external that you're working out in this, that you're experiencing. In a couple of the books that I really, really love, Journey Beyond Words and I can't remember the name of the other one. There's two books that Jesus channeled in the 90s to explain the Course in Miracles. And he says throughout both of those books, don't make yourself wrong. And in A Course in Miracles too, Jesus talks a lot about how we are here to experience, and yet no matter what we experience, and my favorite lesson in the Course, lesson 41, he talks about how the source of all life is within you. You can't be depressed because the source of all joy is within you. And I read that and I'm like, are you kidding me? I was depressed for years. And but then he says in the next chapter, in the next paragraph, I know you don't believe this, or we know you don't believe this because your mind, because you believe in suffering and pain and disease and inequities and fear and scarcity and lack, and that's what we believe. That's what we were programmed and conditioned to believe from before we're born. So accept your imperfections, accept your messy human self, and love all that you are. Don't make yourself wrong, and start from that premise that your innocence is guaranteed by God, your holiness, your oneness with God, with the universe, with the omnipotence quantum field, that's guaranteed. All that other stuff, it's just part of your experience, part of your learning. Don't make yourself wrong, don't make yourself bad. Yeah, if you're doing something that you feel guilty about, just stop doing it, or find a way to day by day take baby steps towards improving those things. But start with acceptance and love. Just start there. I'll leave it at that. Love and accept yourself right here, right now, at this age, at this weight, with the amount of money in your bank account, with your relationships, exactly as it is. Don't wait to approve of yourself. Approve of yourself right now. Try it. You'll like it.